Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of Tiki Talk with your host, John Sicker.
And tonight I have a special announcement. My sidekick Dave could not make it because of some lame excuse. And we had a vote, and despite the vote, we have Bobby as my sidekick. Last week's guest. How you doing, Bobby? I hope you're doing better than last week's episode when you showed up drunk.
I feel fresh.
Yeah, it should be a good show because tonight we have one of my best friends ever. Goes back up until 1964.
Going old school.
Bobby Bruns. Hit the elevator. Bobby.
Oh,
Yeah,
is he coming up?
There he is.
Yeah.
Studio 9B downstairs.
Hello,
Hey,
Bob.
Bob. How's it
How
going?
are you? Good, good.
Have a seat, Bob. Good to
Thanks,
see you.
man. Yeah, nice to
Do
meet
you have a beer for the show? You
I'll
good?
work on one. I
Okay.
can use a quickie.
You need one? Okay, because remember, when we run out of beer, the show ends, so. The one
The
week.
show never ends over here, John.
Nah, the show never ends. But the 1 week when I get like 72 beers, it'll be a 4-hour show. Well, depends on who's on.
Right.
And the one time when I get a 6-pack, it'll be a
5-minute show.
5-minute show. All right, so Bobby, me and you go way back.
That's correct, John.
1960, 64, I believe.
I would say, yeah, about that.
St. Edmunds.
St.
Yeah,
Edmunds.
And one of the earliest memories when we hung out, we first started hanging out, was the first concert we ever went to.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that? What year would you say that was?
I would say
Were we
that
in high
was
school?
about, yes, we were in high school. I'm going to say 1974 in the spring. Mountain.
Brooklyn
And
College.
Who opened up for Mountain?
It was Brooklyn College.
We were high school students, and who opened up for Mountain? Mountain was opening up for Chick Corea, a jazz band.
And the Return to Forever. Classic
Chick
band.
Corea, ever hear from Bobby?
No, I never heard of that mountain.
Never heard of them? No, you never heard of
No,
Mountain?
I heard
either?
of Mount Leslie.
Leslie West.
Leslie
yeah.
West, yeah.
Yeah, he used to be on Howard Stern a lot. Did you ever hear of Chick Corea?
I
Return
have
to
not
Forever?
heard of Chick Corea.
It was a big jazz band, very famous. Excuse me, Brian, you're not in this. Yeah. I think you should. You're part of the show, yeah. All right. It's up to you.
Why not?
So anyway,
It's like Cotton and Bulmer.
it's Chick Corea, which happens to be a jazz band, and all of these Brooklyn college students, like into jazz, were at the show. They show up for the show. Hardly anybody was there for Mountain. Me, him, Reiki. Who else?
Shit, I don't even remember. I'll be
It
honest
was
with
me,
you.
you, and Reiki. I
Jimmy
remember.
Morris, perhaps?
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah. It was pre-tuner and all
Yeah,
those
it
guys.
was
We weren't
pre-tuner,
even.
Reiki.
We were in high school. Yeah. Anyway,
74?
74. Yeah. So check it out.
So it was.
Tell them what happened.
It was a
before-
very balmy Sunday. Like it was.
No, it wasn't.
What are you talking about?
It was cold out. It was freezing.
Let me
I
tell,
should
let me
know.
tell, let me tell the story.
It was,
Let me
I should
tell
know
the
if it was
story.
cold because when you get to the
It wasn't
front
that
door-
cold, Sig.
It
You
was
would have had a
cold.
jacket on.
Yeah.
Nobody had jackets on anyway, so
It
Sig's
was
got to take a
cold.
leak. Now we're hanging out across the street from the what was it, Walt Whitman Hall.
Some things never
So
change.
there's an alleyway. So Sig goes, I just go back there and take a leak. Climbs over something, but boom, he goes into this fucking vat of oil. He
True
comes
story.
out and he's got oil up to about
Up above my knee.
his knees.
All
Above his
oil.
knees. So what are we gonna do now?
What do you mean like a vat? Like
It was a vat of like
What it
cooking
was
grease.
behind it was a narrow alley behind a restaurant. So they had like fucking all the oil in a
55
drum.
gallons
A
of oil.
drum.
God.
I climb over like a
Stood on it.
I climb over something and then I stand on this vat of oil. I'm taking a piss and boom, I go down.
The lid collapses.
The lid collapses
Oh my God.
and I go fucking into the vat of oil.
To a 55-gallon
The reason why I know it was cold, Bob, is because what happened after that?
He made shorts out of it. Somebody had a knife.
I threw on my sneakers,
Right, the
threw on my
sneakers were gone.
socks, cut
cut
my
your
fucking
pants.
pants up to above the oil line. So now I'm going into a concert, and I know it was cold because fucking I'm
maybe it
walking
was.
around like that. I'm walking around with no shoes on,
It's only 40 years ago.
shorts, in like November. I think it was November.
No, it was a springtime, John.
Well-
I could say that.
I could say it could be spring. It was a cold night.
It's a chilly spring
It was a
night.
cold night.
But it was great. You know, it's
Yeah.
he just went with the flow.
But
Flow
then,
the oil.
yeah, and it was our
Went with
first
the oil.
concert. It was our first concert and this and that. But and then we go inside and we're fucking out of our minds,
Right.
high and drunk and whatever else we were doing at this time. And,
Those times.
and we're screaming at, we're Mountain. Then when Chick Corea comes on, we're yelling like, "Bring out Mountain!" And all of these college people are like, who are these children?
If you Google Chick Corea and Return to Forever, now you're a musician.
I'm gonna check it out.
You're gonna see the names that played in this band. They're like all jazz superstars. I can't.
Was Chick
Bring
Corea
up-
in it?
Chick Corea, of course, was in it.
Yeah. Google that, Bob, and you can his. Not now, not now. All right. All right, so Bob, that was the first time that we went to a concert, which was really cool.
Yeah,
How
we
old were you
went to a
guys?
lot of shows. Probably 17.
Yeah.
They were in high school.
Went
Then,
to 17 shows when you were in high school? Is
What's
that what
that?
you said?
No, they were 17 years old when
Oh,
this
okay,
shit was
yeah,
happening.
Yeah.
You have the headphones on. You can't hear
We were
them.
74.
I heard him say it, I just didn't
I'm figuring it
process
was.
what he
Yeah.
said.
74, 75, like
Yeah.
that. Maybe 75.
Yeah. And then when we graduated high school, we ended up going to Kingsborough.
Came by the Bay.
Came by the Bay. It's a very beautiful campus. Now, it's a beautiful campus.
I was
What
on
was
the
the campus like back then, Bob?
It was army barracks. They were ice cold.
It was World War II. Kingsborough was an army base for World War II. And when we went there, they had a vision. They were starting to build it, but we were there when we were still in the army barracks.
The T6 building.
Yeah. They were just
South
army
building.
barracks. That's what our classrooms were.
We had some episodes there, man.
Oh,
we had
yeah.
some great times.
What about, tell them about it. They had a strong security force. Tell them about
Yeah.
the main officer, Kelly.
the super god.
Kelly, you would think he's a good Irish guy, right?
He was with the Pinkertons,
Kelly was a Jamaican, I think. He was a
and
Jamaican.
he loved to smoke pot.
He probably knew Reggae Shark, and so did we.
Yes.
So what was he like? The high school security? Like,
No,
yeah,
this is college.
college.
Kingsborough.
Oh wait, wait.
He's in,
like,
this is a
jump-
high school. Then,
We
huh?
jumped into college already. It was
Yeah.
quick. It went fast.
Yeah. So what happens is, we used to have this was the 70s, so there was a disco and rock and
Yeah.
roll. We were rock and roll in one corner of the cafeteria, and the disco people were on the other side. And we were in the corner there, and
Then you had the blacks in one section, the Puerto Ricans over here, but
Right.
everybody was smoking
This is
weed.
Brooklyn, yeah.
Everybody was smoking weed in the cafeteria.
and our friend Ralph,
That was the
who
common
became,
denominator.
our friend Ralph, who became a TV star later on.
Yeah, we hooked up with him.
But he was a big drug dealer, remember?
Yeah.
We'd show up for school at 8 o'clock. Who's going to first class? Oh, fuck it. Everybody throwing for a bag. Boom, 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 boom.
It's crazy.
But this guy Kelly comes up one day, and he would try to catch us smoking weed, so he would steal it from us and smoke it.
He tried to strong arm us,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he was. After a while, I was like, "Get the fuck out!"
So
of
one
here.
day he comes up to Ricky, like the weeds piled up here. He just cleaned it and shit. And the guys come up, and then fucking Ricky takes his book. He goes, "Oh, I got you with the weed." And Ricky goes, "What weed?" And the fucking shit goes flying.
Then we gave Kelly a special treat one day because he kept breaking our balls. So we took all the seeds out of the weed, crushed it up, and rolled a big fatty with it and gave it to him.
Yeah,
He never came back.
That kills sperm, right?
Those kids have the worst weed.
Yeah, you didn't want
Yeah,
nothing to
these
do with it.
fucking white boys don't know.
They don't know
fucking-
what
How about this one? We're smoking now. After a while, we started smoking pot with him at the table. He'd come over all the time. Pass him a joint. He does one of these. Puts it up to his nostril and like goes to pass it.
Yeah, that's how we guaranteed
Keep
that
it,
fucking.
Kel.
He's got the joint from now on.
Yeah, keep that, brother. Yeah, that's all
No one's
yours.
yours now.
Yeah.
Bob, what about the time when we played against the faculty? My burnout group fucking had a faculty softball game, remember?
Yes. Yeah.
So we show up with like freaking coolers full of beers, and we're fucking destroying them. So now they're pissed, and they call security on us. They take our beers. Remember? So they got the Cushman cart, those things that cops drive around in?
Yeah.
You remember this, Bob?
Yeah. They took it. We had to pick it up outside, right?
No, they take our beer and they go, "We're going to take this out." And we go, "That's bullshit. That's our beer. We paid for it. You can't take it from us." We're telling the security. So security goes like, "Come to we're going to call your parents." And we all start laughing like, "Ah!" "Come to the office. We're going to call your parents." I go, "We want our fucking beer back." We jumped on the Cushman cart on the back where our beers were. And they fucking drove us through the campus. Fucking went to the office. Yeah, you got to call our parents? Fucking kidding me?
It was like it had to be at least $10 worth of beer, right?
back
at the
then.
time?
Yeah.
Sounds like you
Well,
guys
a
really
six-pack.
ruined it for our generation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
They
that's
had,
why.
they had all the fun.
That's where
Yeah,
the
we didn't
rules
get to do
came
any of
from.
this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed all the rules. They really did.
I was
It's a
already
shame.
in trouble a weekend. I was already gonna maybe get kicked out.
Of
And
what,
it didn't-
college?
In college, yeah. And I didn't do any of this shit.
Oh,
I just
man.
smoking weed with the security guards.
You want to talk about getting kicked out of college? I got kicked off of living on campus in my well, it wasn't freshman. I went up to Buff State as a junior.
Correct.
Remember this, Bob?
Yeah.
So after a couple of weeks, I say, guys, you got to come up here and check it out. They were still in Kingsborough in their third year.
Suckers.
So
We came up with like 30 guys.
so they come up. I go, listen, come up. I got Grateful Dead tickets and some other recreational things.
Yeah.
So I tell them to come up. So guys are coming, like everybody they run into. Hey, Sick is up in college. You want to go? You want to go? All of a sudden they get these guys, but nobody in those days had cars or anything. People were Oh, remember the hitching story?
Oh, yeah.
Guys are hitchhiking up.
Up to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys who didn't even know each other. They're all going up to Sickers to see a Grateful Dead
Everybody
concert.
got there a different way. I went with 2 other guys. Paulie's buddy from Sneaker Corner was driving to Buffalo. So we got in. It
Unrelated?
cost me $10 to get there. $10 for gas. And that was it. We drove up.
But I
And
remember
we,
one
we
story
went to
where
the wrong college first. Somebody else was in the fucking psycho ward in Buffalo. Right?
Right.
It's crazy.
I remember one story. Some people went to this one college along the way, and another guy they're going we're looking for John Sucker. It wasn't even the right college. And then somebody else came in. We're looking for John Sucker. So we.
Oh, they were at UB, right?
Oh, they went to the other college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. We didn't know.
They didn't even know each other. They just said we're looking for John Sucker too. But then. Then we go to this concert. The concert's in Rochester. You know what that means on Tiki Talk.
Remember where we are, though. Concerts in Rochester.
Yes.
Last week, this interrupted. I mean, when I was a guest. Back
Why
in the
would you
day.
like a shot? A whisper? Audience members want to whisper?
Do I get a check for this?
Yes, Kev?
'Cause last week I was a
Did
guest.
you get
You
last
got an
week's
empty
check?
check of nothing. I'll give you. He's got a check for 5 cents.
Do you
on the
think I
fridge.
pay Dave?
You can take that.
Sure, Dave.
Trish? Oh, no, you don't do it. You too? Okay.
I want a shorty.
Yeah, Shorty. Make his mark.
My shorty
One of
right
our
over
proud
there.
sponsors. So, remember the truck lit on fire? We didn't have a ride to Rochester. You remember that part? Were you in that? I mean, Bob, were you in that truck?
I was there. Brian wasn't.
I know. Were you in the truck, though, that
I was
lit
in the
on
truck.
fire?
I was in the truck.
So
I think I came
we
home
don't have
with-
any way to get back from Rochester to Buffalo. So we hitch, and this guy with a pickup truck picks us up. I remember Berto was in the back, me, you, a bunch of people in the back of this pickup truck. It's snowing,
Freezing.
and he's got some kind, I don't know what it was in the back, but it was some kind of engine or something. It caught fire. So we're driving on a thruway in a blizzard. Everybody's in the back of this pickup truck, and the freaking thing
Until
catches
it catches
fire.
on fire.
And that was common practice back then, though, right?
Yes, trucks
like
catching
that.
up fire.
No
Yeah.
problem.
That's par for the course.
Par for the course. How we getting there? I don't know. How we getting home?
Right.
We'll find out later.
That's tomorrow's problem.
Yeah, it all worked out. We're still alive.
Oh yeah.
Bob got
It was a
that.
good weekend.
One
The
more
best
story
of-
about that weekend, though, is
Can I add a story about
Sure,
that?
Bob.
Sika had like 3 other roommates,
Right.
and
It's sweet.
one of the
mates.
guy was wigging because his parents were coming up like that night or something.
I was just-
And now he's got like 25 guys all over the place. So we go down to play football, right? We're gonna have a little football
Let me
game.
interject for a
All right,
second.
go ahead.
It was a suite. There's 3 bedrooms. 3 bedrooms and a common area suite.
Right.
I planned this trip. I didn't realize that it was. These are all freshmen. I came up as a junior. This was parent weekend where the parents come up. All these fucking these guys have no place to sleep. I figured they're gonna sleep wherever I sat.
Right.
In this fucking suite. So this other guy, regular guy from upstate, is freaking out because his parents are coming.
And there's 25
And
guys.
they're
sleeping
sleeping
on the floor.
everywhere. So we go out to play football. He's so happy he gets to clean up the freaking place. But we go out, it's raining out. We go out and play football. Take it from there, man.
We come back and play from playing football. We're
We're-
full of fucking
everybody's
mud.
full of
we
mud.
Come,
25
we come
guys covered in
blopping
mud.
into the
25
place.
guys full of mud. This
And
is
the
why I
kid
got
starts
kicked.
pulling his fucking hair out. He was mad. And then we went to the concert after that, I think, right?
Yeah. This is why we got thrown out.
That's why he got thrown off the campus. Not the campus, but the on-campus housing.
On-campus housing was not in my future.
How's the Dead Show?
Shot.
That show was good, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Rochester War
Cheers.
Memorial.
Rochester War
Well,
Memorial.
yeah, we're
people.
talking 76.
That was-
77.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
That's
Hot
when
2
that-
is 77? Yeah.
That's when they were cooking the
No,
most.
Yeah, 77 is when I graduated, yeah. Okay.
Pays to buy the best. What else you got there, Johnny?
Let's
boy?
see. I got a list of stuff that
Might be interesting
Roll.
to
might be interesting
discuss.
to talk about.
Neil Young, what's that? One of your old buddies?
Oh yeah.
Ah, Neil Young.
Neil
Sick
Young.
of turning me on to Neil Young.
We were
It was,
big Neil Young fans.
Yeah,
our
big
whole
Neil
life.
Young fans.
I know we
Hey.
got to learn the Neil Young songs every time we play here.
Yeah.
Memorize the lyrics. And
Tonight's
Yeah.
tonight. Just
If
figure that out.
Zavo ever moves to New York, you guys might be out.
So we go see Neil Young one time.
In a
we-
small place. I would
We
say.
saw him at that.
Oh, you know
what
where
was
it
the
was on
place?
14th?
Yeah,
It
the
was on
place on
14th
14th Street.
14th Street.
Right off of like
It
Ground.
used to be called the Palladium.
Right.
14th between 3rd and Park.
So great
Now it's
show.
like a
Blah blah
Target.
blah. Now we're gonna let. It's a Coles or something. Yeah. We figure let's meet this guy. We gotta meet this guy.
Yeah.
So we waited around.
We were an hour after the show. We're in the back alley waiting for him to
Wait.
come out.
So we tried to hitchhike a ride in his limo. It didn't work.
Well, he came out like he was our big hero. We thought he was like
Yeah.
6'7" or something, and he came out. I
fucking
mean,
midget.
he must have been fucked up that night. He was all like frail and stuff like.
Yeah.
And we're like.
You see pictures of the guy. You thought he was 6'4".
So he gets into a limo. We run down the block. We're fucking hitching. Didn't work out.
Where do we go after that? Back to the L&H?
Yeah.
14th Street, you're talking Manhattan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Bob,
3rd and Park, he said.
That was a nice place. A lot of good shows there. Then it went to
the Palladium, yeah.
Side was.
Yeah.
What did that turn into? Something else, right?
No, now it's a freaking Target or something. Yeah.
Lippy's Firehouse.
It was
right around
like
the corner.
Yeah. It was like the Fillmore East. After the Fillmore East, it was the Palladium.
Same spot?
No, the Fillmore East is on the west side. It's a bank
Fillmore
now.
East is on the east
I was
side.
just in it last week.
Thus East.
Was it?
No, it's the East, meaning
No,
the East
'cause-
Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What was it, Stephen Nash? Who,
The Fillmore East.
who ran that?
Who?
Stephen,
Don Kirshner?
no.
Yeah.
Somebody named Graham, maybe?
Yeah, Graham. And he owned the one. He
He's good.
pretty much paid for the
Oh,
tent.
yeah.
And he owned the Winterland, too, I think.
Yeah, 30 seconds over Winterland. Hey, it's a bank now, and if you go in the bank, they have pictures from the old days. It's
Really?
amazing. Yeah.
What kind of
I gotta
bank,
go
do
in
you
there.
know?
It's not one of the big ones like
If
Chase
it ain't
or
my
Citibank.
branch, I ain't going in.
No, if it's not Citibank, I'm not paying $5 to see a picture. I'll go online.
You don't have to pay to walk in a bank.
Well, I'm talking about if I'm going to the bank, I need to use the card, and it's a
Yeah.
$5 surcharge.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Next time we're in the neighborhood, what, like 3 or 4 years from now.
If you happen to be walking past it, just go in.
But St. Mark's
You don't need
Place
to
and,
take
and
out
2nd
one.
Avenue. St. Mark's Place and what? 2nd Ave?
No, the Fillmore East?
Yeah.
No, it's on the west. Oh, wait.
No, it's-
Oh, you're right. It is on the
it's
east
over
side.
there.
That's right. We were filming over there. We filmed in so many places. I was over by the 19th precinct, right around the corner. No, the 9th precinct. I was there the other day. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're right. 2nd Avenue and St. Mark's
St.
Place.
Mark's
Yeah,
Place.
you're right. It's a small bank, and you walk in, and I go like, how could the Fillmore East be in this place? It's freaking the size of the Tiki Bar. But the thing is, you go
Theater.
in.
It
That
was
was
a
just the
theater.
entrance,
Yeah, and it opens
and then
up
you
in the
go
back.
in the back on 2nd Avenue.
Yeah.
On the next avenue was the giant
Alright.
stadium.
So like a storefront that was just like
Yeah, they
narrow.
chopped it.
Yeah, to get in, that
Opens
was the
up, yeah.
entrance. Yeah. Then it opened up the whole next block was
I was,
there.
were you ever in there? I was never in there. That
Nah.
was a little before our time.
My
Yeah.
dad saw Band of Gypsies there.
Yeah, he's our age, his dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went to Nazareth too, right? Your dad?
How old is your father? 58? 57?
60.
He was 60 late. He'll be 61 December 8th.
You know,
We
when
gotta
you
get
were
him on.
when you were a guest on the show, I should have talked to you about me and your father as Academy.
He's talking. He
It's
wants
not
to
enough
get
time
on.
in the show. We're trying to get an hour show next year, and when they renew our contract.
Right.
So
We got to renew the contract.
He
We gotta
wants
bump
on.
it
I
up
said
to
it
an
to
hour.
you.
the best of.
Right.
I don't think
We're planning the 100th episode right now.
I haven't heard a lot of sound effects, but that's it.
Yeah, what's up with you set it up. We got to sit here for sound testing.
What do you want?
Hit one of the sound effects.
We pay good money for that, right? I think that was appropriate.
That's good.
So anyway, hey Bob, remember? Oh, Tom Ford's here. Tom.
Hey,
Hey,
Tommy!
Tommy.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, Tom, what are you doing?
So I clean up my terrace.
Yeah, I'm going hunting again.
Yeah.
I've been up on a fucking tree for 3 days.
It was great.
How was it, Tom? It's great.
It was
anything?
20 degrees.
Speaking
Speaking of being up in a tree, we used to go camping a lot. Remember that?
Yes, yeah.
We had a lot of good
big time
campers.
campers. Big
Yeah.
time campers. It was
Yeah.
cheap, fun, a lot of drinking, fire. What was
Yeah.
better?
Remember that big fire we made
Oh
once?
yes, I do.
We in Kingsborough, going back to the Kingsborough days.
Came by the bay.
Bob was a recreational leadership.
That's right. That was
That
my
was his
major.
major.
I graduated with a recreation degree. He's laughing over there. Come on.
I don't even think they have that anymore.
Bob.
I don't know.
Hey,
Right. For,
he put it to good use.
Yeah.
He put it to good use. Right now, he was in charge of
There was gonna
Good Shepherd.
Well, I got a
sports
job out of
program.
college. I got a job.
He got a job out of college. He was in charge of the boys' club
Boys Club in New York,
in the Lower East Side near the
East
Fillmore
10th
East.
Street, Avenue A.
Yeah.
is that a bank now too?
No, that's still the Boys Club. That was a. They got a lot of money. They did good. They didn't pay me a lot of money though.
No.
I left there in '86. I was making $18,000 a year.
Nice.
Nice, huh?
Nice.
Quality.
Quality cash. So recreational.
Camping.
Recreational leadership.
We went camping.
So, what he did though, in that class, they had a camping class.
Correct.
And they taught you how to make fires. There's all kinds of fires. There's a whole science behind it, of course.
Keystone Fire.
Like different styles of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of them was the teepee fire, right?
I'm gonna.
Was that a teepee fire?
Yeah, I think so. But you know where we got that from?
Where?
One of Neil Young's albums.
Oh, that's right.
We saw that thing.
Journey
It's a
Through the
fucking-
Past.
Right.
Journey Through the Past, a Neil Young album. It was
a
a
movie?
movie that he made, yeah. But he had a fire which was taller than a tiki bar. It started off with logs on the bottom.
Like tree trunks.
Yeah,
Tree
you
trunks.
made it square.
Then
and
smaller
you build
tree
it
trunks,
around,
bigger
build around,
trees.
jam
And it
shit
goes
in
up and
there.
up. It's like a
Ba-boom,
giant
light it
teepee.
up. Wow. We almost
And then in
burnt
the
down
middle,
Kingston.
you put medium-sized sticks, smaller sticks. On the bottom, you
Right.
put, you know.
I think I'm familiar with the cover.
So we do it. I'm telling you, this tiki bar was the size of the base of the fire, and it went up
Up to a
the
point.
tiki to a point.
And
right?
we're in the woods.
Way
We're
out
in the
there,
thick of the woods, yeah. So
And-
we
and,
light
and
one
we did it
match.
on top of a lot of pine trees. Which is another story. Go ahead, John.
Mm.
But we lit it,
One match.
and then we got nervous.
It was a one-match fire. We light it, and all of a sudden, like, the
Yeah.
fucking thing went up, and now it's like, holy
It's
shit, it's a great
raging.
fire! It's a great fire! Oh, we start backing off a little bit because it's getting too hot. Backing off. Holy shit, it's out of control. I mean, this thing is so hot, we can't get within like 10, 15 yards of it. Holy shit, people get in their cars and start leaving. Remember?
Yeah, and then like 3 days later, there was fire still coming up out of the ground because the fire went down, burnt through the.
Burnt through like the roots or whatever.
No, it burnt like a lot of pine trees. So
Oh,
like
okay.
the old.
So all that pine.
All
That's
the
all
old
yeah,
that
all that
shit
stuff that
that's-
burned right up. It was like the fire was here, but then it was smoking over there, coming out of the ground. Like holy shit!
Good
Yeah,
thing we're
man.
recording this now. Statute of limitations probably up in case there's any investigation.
Well, it didn't
Yeah,
end,
well.
it didn't end
Man,
in
we
like
can tell you the rest of that
like a
trip, but we ain't
25,000
Nah,
acre
it
ain't
didn't
gonna
end
go to the
good.
rest of that.
fire.
It didn't good. Whatever.
Well,
We
let's
don't wanna
move
get-
on, John.
Yeah, definitely. With that in mind. Actually, Bobby, I don't think Bobby was there. Maybe Brian could tell a story if you want to talk about bad fires
What? Which one?
on one of your camping trip. We used to go to the Blue Hole. Actually, these guys started going there after us.
Pika Moose.
Muldoon, yeah.
I wasn't there either. But,
Oh, you weren't there, you weren't there, Bobby, right?
I've heard the story.
Somebody threw
Yeah.
something.
Somebody
in
threw
there?
an aerosol
Somebody threw
can and it burned
a
all
bug
fucking
spray.
Sean's
Somebody
face.
threw a bug spray can that was like kind of dead, but still had enough juice in it or whatever to explode into the fire. And then like 5 minutes later, it was simmering. Sean goes to like jostle the fire or whatever, and it explodes right in his face.
Oh.
Like burnt like half his face off.
It was like he burnt, his face
Yeah.
melted or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just ugly.
And meanwhile, everybody was drunk. They couldn't drive him anywhere. They were in the
Yeah,
middle of the
nobody
woods.
was sober enough to drive. It's like 5 in the morning or whatever. So they
Holy
basically
shit.
like they did what they could. They cooled him off, and then Mikey just like tried to sober up as best as he could until he felt he could drive, and then drove home. Went to the hospital.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but Sean's face came back to the way it was.
Yeah, they did a good job.
His face came back to the way it was. so-
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You've been noticing the planes more this week?
Huh?
You've been noticing the planes more this
No,
week?
I didn't
They've been
notice.
coming right over.
Because I'm in other neighborhoods.
Yeah.
18 hours a day.
Right, you know, you're
So that
What,
comes
the
up
pilots are
every
getting
episode.
lazy? Aren't they supposed to go to the end of the
I think they
peninsula?
rotate where they go. I think there's
Yeah.
all sorts of.
Well, in the last episode, if you guys were watching, you might have noticed a lot of noise, but I don't think we mentioned, but it was pouring that
It was
night.
pouring that night. So we apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize for nothing.
Right. Bobby doesn't care.
What
Yeah.
movie was that?
I don't know.
I don't know, it was
Apologize for nothing.
Welcome to the Shed? I think that was in Welcome to the Shed. We never apologize for anything. Speaking of Welcome to the Shed, Bob,
Yeah.
later in life, you know, if you watched, there was a movie made, Welcome to the Shed. As a matter of fact, I got to apologize to you. I never did this to you publicly or personally, but Welcome to the shed. I introduced all the characters, and I never introduced you.
That's fine with me, bro.
I'm sure.
I never realized it.
It's no, you never realize it. You probably go home every night.
Yeah, I was that
That's
sick of that scumbag.
You did have a good scene though with Santa Claus on your lap.
That was good. Yeah.
He introduced the guy who spoke for 4 seconds. You didn't
And to
introduce
make it
me?
up, to make it up to you, Bob, I made you the first guest.
You're a
on,
man, John. Thank you. I
got it.
appreciate that.
There
Now
you
I know
go.
why I'm here.
There it is.
Who's the second guest?
Just second guest. I know. I know.
the first shed guest?
Tell us a little bit
Shed
about the
guest.
shed, Bob.
Shed.
Well, what can I say, John? It started out as a shed, and it morphed into
a shed.
a shed,
The
and
shed.
a more shed.
But you mean as a
It
shed,
got
a
shitty.
storage
It
shed.
got
It
shitty.
started
It
as a
started as a
storage
storage shed. You know, Tuna tells the story good, and you've seen it in the shed tape.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
so-
I'll be on Tiki Talk one day. But,
Now the shed has morphed into more of a catering hall.
Catering hall for drunks.
but what
No,
about the
it's-
early
you know,
days?
he's got a lot of activity back there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a,
Even like,
Oh,
even,
no.
even like
you'll
Oh,
legit.
no, no,
show
no.
up tomorrow. You'll see what's
That's
going
why,
on.
like, it's like going to a wedding every Sunday.
yeah.
You're coming Sunday?
I'm gonna come
Bobby's
straight from
coming.
work.
Casey.
I'm working tomorrow.
He
but
can
I'll
Kev,
be there.
host. He
you wanna
put
come watch
60
football
people
with us
back
Sunday?
there. You can't blink. And you
It's
wouldn't
in
even
Garrison
realize.
Beach.
He's out. No, Sunday.
Yeah, it's
Tomorrow is Sunday. Today's
Tomorrow's
Saturday.
Sunday? My weekend's over?
Well,
Oh, man, we gotta wrap this
you got
thing up.
tonight.
We got
tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Wrap it up. We're going home.
Do the does your union recognize the veterans?
Yeah, I'm off Tuesday.
Yeah, we're playing in the city Monday night. You should come after
I'm working till 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning.
Jesus.
So you pick us up.
I got home.
You got a big van, man with a van with a plan.
I got home at 4:30 yesterday, and Sue left the bar open for me till 6.
Thank
She's a
God,
sport.
huh?
Yeah.
Don't
I
say-
texted Bri at 4. I go, Bri. He says, "Oh, Sue's closed. The bar's closing." I go, "Tell Sue I need a beer and a kiss." So he said, "She'll leave it open for you."
She was keeping
What
it
bar
open
was
for your
that?
daughter.
I know. As it
Heelys?
turns out.
It's on 109th Street.
Back in the old neighborhood over there.
Yeah, right by
Yeah.
10710. Across the
Had a few
street.
beers in there.
Good bar.
Great bar.
There used to be the rain tower above it. You never went to that one, did you?
No.
That was the first bar that I like regularly went to. Was a Rain Tower. I was a little.
Get
young.
out of here. You had to be 10.
Nah, 16.
That's old enough.
And
Yeah.
they were open 2001, right after September 11th. I remember going there a couple times.
Really?
Yeah,
Let's see. When did I move to Rockville?
Yeah, maybe.
I think he
Kevin
did.
Callahan owned it.
He didn't own it when I went there.
No,
it was
he,
on
was,
its last
he
leg.
started, I think. Speaking of, let's talk about one more
You
thing. about
bartended
him.
there.
About who?
Yeah, but
About the early days, Bob.
Okay.
Oh, this was fucking good. I never even thought of this for years. Remember how when we were in high school, how we used to go to bars? There was a bar that served kids. It was called Gallagher's. It was on Flatbush Avenue, which is now
Sir
Peter
Peter.
Ryan's.
That's a nice way
I
to put
wanted
it.
him, I was waiting for him to like clarify, but all right.
They serve kids, you know.
You know,
We were probably
15
freshmen
and
in high
over.
school.
4 to 8.
No, we were probably in high school.
Oh, we were in high
15.
school, but
Yeah.
you could get in there at 16, no problem.
Nah,
You
come
know,
on, Bob.
16, you're an old timer.
If you were a girl, 13, Rita was in there.
Kevin
That's where I
runs.
met her. But anyway.
Kevin Ryan's is right down the block. Gallagher's was a turtle shell. What do they call it now? McMahon's, it's called.
The guy owns both of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
he does.
Yeah, well, I played there. He owns a bar by the Barclays Center now, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's doing great. But anyway,
But Gallagher's.
remember how we used to get there, Bob?
Sure, we used to hitch. Yeah.
But-
I made a sign.
He made a sign. It said like, "Here's we're on Avenue and Ocean Avenue, and we got to get the Flatbush at Kings Highway."
So if the bus didn't, you wait for the bus, you know.
Yeah.
Couldn't use the bus pass that night either. That sucked. But
Right.
anyway, take the sign that said Kings
Kings
Highway.
Highway. The sign said Kings
Then
Highway.
we get picked, we
Hitching.
get a ride. Turn it around. The other side said
There was a
Flatbush.
Flatbush
And
Avenue.
it worked every time. I folded it up,
That's
put it in my
genius.
pocket.
Kings Highway, Flatbush Avenue.
As soon as you get out,
And we
flip it
get
over,
there.
Flip it
Flatbush
over.
The only
boom,
thing we never
bam.
thought about was getting home. We never cared about getting home.
No,
because
I
we
walked
needed
home.
Ocean
We walked
Avenue
home.
and Avenue U, but we never worried about
We
that.
walked home. It was like 40 minutes, man.
Oh shit, Bob! Another fucking story that hasn't popped into my head. We streaked one night.
Yeah, we streaked a lot of nights. Remember streak? What was that? 70?
It was with Crudo.
Yeah.
Streaking was a big
So,
thing for you
me,
young
and,
people.
me and him were streaking like Quentin Road or some shit.
There was like a phenomenon that was going on where people would take off their clothes and run through the streets. It was called streaking.
Yeah.
And one night we're coming home from the bar drunk and fucking like, oh, let's streak. So fucking Crudo's driving us. Me and Bob take off our clothes and we fucking start running. This is not a homosexual story. by the way. We start running through the streets. It's pouring out though. We're running.
I saw a streaker.
Well, I think I fell.
Sick went down
Slipped.
like a ton of bricks.
I got a fucking
He
rash.
slipped
on my
on
head.
something.
And meanwhile, Crudo didn't know what the route we were taking. We met him, went down a one-way street. So now he's
And our
not there.
clothes are in the car.
Like, where the fuck is he?
I guess the internet pretty much ruined the streaking.
Brian, you gonna edit this?
The internet
Yeah, that's
and
true.
camera phones.
Yeah, because we used.
And Irish curse.
I hear all these cool stories about the running of the balls in Rockaway. They used to have
I
like
never heard
50,
that.
60 guys run from Tap and Grill to the next bar, Connolly's or whatever.
Naked?
Naked, yeah, the running of the balls.
I never heard of that. Men?
Men.
Oh
That's
my God.
that's a streaking
I
thing.
think Bob Johnson ran it. Or the rugby guys,
That's
the rugby
funny.
crew.
Oh, okay. That makes
Not to
sense.
drop any names. Bob Johnson owns the cabana.
I think it should be revitalized with women.
I agree.
All right.
Casey?
When I have Casey on the show, we'll bring it
We'll
up.
bring it up.
I mean, our sister came up with the ponytail trail, so
You mean the Trail of Tears?
we just want the
Trail of
ponytail.
Tears.
She wanted it to be the Bush Bash.
That I love. It was during the Bush era too.
The other girls didn't agree.
They denied it.
In case you didn't hear that for the folks listening at home, the audience just informed us that the Ponytail Trail was supposed to be the Bush Bash.
Little
Love
known
it.
facts.
In defiance to the mustache bash.
And it was
Yes.
a direct defiance of the Mustache Bash.
That's excellent.
I like that. That's good information. You learn a lot at this show.
Damn. I know, that's what it's good
It's
for.
educational.
Very,
Yes.
very
It's a
informational.
very
It's good.
informative show.
I'm sorry that you lost out to Dave as the sidekick because you're actually doing a good job.
I honestly don't think I'm as good as him.
No,
Dave was
I'm not
fun.
comfortable in this role either.
Yeah, you're more of a.
you're more of a
nonstop
host.
talker.
Like
Yeah.
you might replace me one
You're
day.
a host or a guest.
Yeah, if you can't
You'd be a
make
good
it.
guest host.
I could just put a little powder in my hair.
Yeah.
Powder.
Yeah.
My, this.
He dyes it that color.
Oh,
I was painting the room white the other day, and it's just,
Actually, when Sick goes on vacation, you should step in.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
Yeah, he's in
Yeah.
Puerto Rico for a month or
Yeah,
whatever.
really. You
3
gotta,
months.
Too bad his show just got picked up. This guy.
I know. I
We've
ain't
been doing
going
this show
nowhere.
till April 2016.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that sucks.
Hey, can you turn the heater on yet, man? It's fucking.
No,
cold.
no, we
No,
can't.
the
But
sound.
Oh, all right.
oh man, I gotta take a piss. So
That
we're
sucks.
almost out of beer.
Almost out
this
of
is
beer?
the last one. Yeah.
Shit.
Last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Crickets.
Sounds like you and John had some pretty good times.
Yeah, we did. We really did.
You ended up mellowing out though.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, he's still on the same mission he's been on since I know him.
What do you got tonight?
Non local stuff.
Local
Yeah.
stuff.
All right.
Where'd Johnny go?
He definitely just Irish exited.
You think he's gone?
Yeah, he's not coming back. He never, he just likes to sneak out. So
He's the king of that.
yeah.
So should I
Well-
close the show? Is that what Dave does, or do you do that?
No, you can take the honors.
All right. Thanks to all the people at home. This is the end of the second episode of Tiki Talk.
And that's it. Thank
Bob
you,
and
Bob.
Bob.
Bob and Bob, closing it up. All right,
Pleasure,
thank
Bob.
you, boys.
All right. See you later. We gotta get more beer.
Let me go downstairs.
Yeah, take the elevator out.
See you later.